People of the internet, hello yoginis and yogis in the room. Very important announcement. Coming next week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are going to be outside 9 o'clock in Victory Field, just across the street from the yoga studio. Tuesdays and Thursdays and the rest of the weekend are indoors. So now you're going to have the option to connect with your yoga outside. I myself can tell that the yoga outside brings its own gifts. Try it. You'd love to change a little bit the practice. With that, we're going to come into a sitting position on the mat and start our practice today. So arrive in the moment. Let your sitting bones feel the ground. Let your belly soften. And start bringing your awareness into the breath process, into that wave-like motion that never stops. You are an ocean. Keep on breathing and deepening your breath. And even in the stillness of this centering, remember we always have movement. On your next inhale, open your eyes and smile. Crunch your shoulders up and release. One more time. Crunch the shoulders up, 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 and release. And then start rounding the movement of the shoulders back and switch direction forward and take it slow with your breath, maybe bringing the hands into the game. And at some point, start bobbing your head, feeling the neck connected to the shoulders, obviously. And then just drop the head around from one shoulder to the other, maybe rounding your spine a little bit and straighten it up when you come to one side. Just enjoy this movement of round and circling motion. Meet me in the center once again. Bring your hands into or onto your knees, and this time start circling the spine, incorporating the shoulders and the neck, so everything is circling around, and try to marry that movement into or to the breath. Whenever you need, you can switch direction, playing with the curving and the rounding of the back. Deep breath here. Switch direction if you need. Once again. And on your next inhale, come to the center once again. Bring your hands over your head and bend from side to side. Try not to bring the shoulders up. Engage the lower core a little bit by tucking the tailbone in. It will make you grow taller a little bit. And the next time you're on the right side, bring the right hand down. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend a little bit lower. Take it to the other side. Left hand on the ground. Inhale, stretch with the right hand. Exhale, bend to the left. A bit deeper. Come on back to center. Switch legs. Just so if you are in crisscross. Let's take it to right side bend. And left side bend. Yes, listen to what I say. Don't look at me. I'm the opposite. And come on back up. This time, take it to a twist to the right side. So remember, you're opposite to me. Hold it here for another nice breath, but lower the shoulders. Once again, tuck the tailbone in, straightening the spine. And then bring it to center slowly. Take it to the other side. You can help yourself with the hand over the thigh. And bring it back to center. Walk the hands forward. Release the head. Let it rock from side to side. Open the lower back. This is a stretch for the lower back. But at the same time, you can walk those fingertips forward, opening the shoulder blades. Bring those hands a little bit closer to a comfortable position. Lift the bum up and the thighs. Open the legs behind you to table. In table, we make sure the wrists are under the shoulders, but we're going to open the knees a little bit. You can tuck your toes under or not, and circle those hips. Again, it doesn't matter which direction. We're going to do the other one. Take the time here to explore where the tension is today in your body. Maybe push into the wrists a little bit, testing their condition today. And then switch direction. Maybe coming all the way to child's pose. Or even pushing those hips forward. Again, trying the wrists and opening the lower back. All exploration time for you. Just enjoy the movement. And at some point, bring those knees back in under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. Some cats and cows with your breath. Tucking the tailbone in is essential in cat, and releasing the neck. Then untucking the tailbone, rolling the shoulders back, looking up, inhaling. Move between those two a few times. Maybe wag your tail from side to side, shift those hips from side to side. Again, this is a time for you to explore what parts in your body needs TLC today that will help you in creating an intention for the practice. And at some point, come to stillness, neutral back, which means roll those shoulders away from the ears, a tiny tuck of the tailbone so the core is engaged. Push the mat away so your shoulders are not collapsing. You are strong in this place. Tuck your toes under and only then lift your knees to a hover, but nothing changes really in your back. You are strong and stable. One more breath. Release knees to the ground, leave your toes tucked, and come all the way onto your feet, stretching the feet. A little bit of wrist love here. So anything will do. Maybe interlace the fingers and just lubricate the wrists with movement, maybe stretching the inside of your hand. You can also do it the other way. Some people like it better here. Shaking, moving, fingers around, opening and closing. Anything you need here. So yeah, you can open your hands, interlace fingers behind your back, open the chest a little bit. That's also wrist involvement. Moving around. Shake, shake, shake. And come off those feet. Untuck your toes. Tap, tap, tap for a nice circulation. And once again, create that stable table with neutral back. Tuck your toes under. Lift those knees to a hover. Once in that hover, push those hips back as if you're bringing your bum to your heels again, but very low, like a cat about to jump. Then come back to table with hovering knees. Keep on pushing through the shoulders. Inhale, come back again to your thighs, firing up the thighs. Coming back to table with hovering knees. Last time, back, straight back or neutral back, as straight as possible. Maybe bounce a few times slowly, up and down. That will bring some fire to the thighs. And release knees to the ground. Untuck your toes and come to child's pose. Release your neck. Breathe. Let the air out through your nose. Keep that heat in. One more wholesome breath here. And push back to table. Tuck your toes under. This time lifting the hips as high as you can. And then back. Maybe lowering those heels to the ground. Or just bending the knees into downward dog. Breathe in and out. Adjust. Maybe walk the dog, pedaling the feet. One heel comes down at a time. Remember to roll those shoulders away from your ears and release the neck. Say yes and no. Big breath here, everybody. Inhale and let it go through the nose. One more time, big breath here and let it go. Bend your knees plenty to a hover. Look forward, walk or hop to meet your hands, forward fold. Feet hip distance apart, knees bent, and then release your belly, your shoulders, your head, your hands. Release them to the ground. Well, the belly is on the thighs, but you get it. On your exhale, let the gravity pull you a little bit lower. Inversions are so important, you guys. And this is a safe one. You don't have to go to your hands or head. This is great. One more wholesome breath here. And then bring your hands to your thighs. Push your hands into the thighs while rising up, decompressing the spine. It's a different way of rising up. It's just bringing some space into the spine. Open your hands. Engage your glutes and push that tailbone forward a little bit. Roll shoulders back, but don't flare the rib cage. Yes, I know, a lot going on. Just breathe, it will come. And on your next inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, pushing the hips back, bending the knees, coming down. Last movement of this is rounding the back and letting the ground pull your head again. Maybe here, grab hold of opposite elbows and sway from side to side, just opening the sides a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Again, checking, observing, but not judging. And then release the hands to the shins. And on your inhale, halfway lift, neutral back. Engage core by tucking the tailbone a tiny bit in. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Open your hands to a T, micro bend the knees. Twist to the right, so left hand coming down, right hand up. You can bend the legs or do whatever you need in order to open the side. Come back to halfway lift, center, hands in a T, engage core. Take it to the other side. So right hand comes down, left hand goes up. You can bend the knees doing so. And bring it back to the center again, hands in a T. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Bend the knees, maybe jump or walk to plank. Up to you. Plank, always an option to lower the knees. Wrists under your shoulders. Strong engagement here. It's like a closed chain between the ground and your shoulders. You're both pushing each other. Tuck your tailbone in. Breathe. Suck the belly in. And on the count of 6, we're coming to the mat. So tuck elbows in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the toes. Leave the hands next to your body. Forehead on the mat. Breathe. On On your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, engage the feet and the glutes and lift your chest to baby cobra. Release back down to the mat. Push to table. Push to child's pose. This time, try to open the knees more than usual to yourself. Bring the forearms in front of you. You can see if you need a visual. And on your next inhale, bring those hips up and push into your hands as if you're coming to a crow, but not really. Chin to the floor and push back. Now roll those shoulders back and push the elbows into the mat. So you're creating a lot of tension and force in the upper back. Once again, chin to the floor and come down. Nothing is working, just the hands. One more time. To the floor, hold it here, roll the shoulders away from your ears, push those elbows into the mat. And come back. Bring those hands forward, just release. So once again, that was how to work the arms with no impact. So no injuries. And bring it back to table. Knees in, tuck your toes under, push up to downward dog. Breathe and engage the movement. On your next inhale, lift your right hand, doesn't matter where. Could be in front of you, a little bit to the side, wherever it's comfortable to you. Test the waters. And lift your left hand, leg. So right hand, left leg up in downward dog. Bring it back. Other side, start with the hand, left hand, and then right leg. Release. Inhale and exhale. Come to stillness in downward dog. On your next exhale, bend your knees plenty, look forward. Hop or walk to meet your hands. Forward fold this time, a little bit of a challenge. Maybe palms of your hands under your feet. So you're stepping on them, gorilla style. On your inhale, you're going to start straightening your legs, pushing those hips up. On your exhale, you're going to pull in with your hands, releasing the head. Maybe coming all the way in with straight legs. And release. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up, engaging the core. Hands up. Bring them together. Engage glutes, so push those hips forward. A tiny bit of a back bend, just a tiny bit. Bring it back to heart center with your exhale. Come back to the yoga. Come back to the breath. On your next inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Maybe jump to plank. Stay in plank for 2 wholesome breaths here. So you're pushing the mat away, tucking the tailbone in. Not crunching the shoulders, looking down so your cervical spine is also stretchy. Option here to keep on doing baby cobra or join me in Chaturanga Dandasana. Push with your toes forward over the wrists, halfway down, 90 degrees. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the chest up. Thighs are hovering. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Downward dog. So every time I say Chaturanga Dandasana, you may go to Cobra, baby cobra, and meet us in downward dog. Inhale and exhale. We're going to play a little bit again. So this time lift the left leg. Make it maybe a little higher than before, right? Then, you know where we're going. Right hand comes up, maybe higher. Play with that. And release. Big breath. We start with the leg now. Right leg goes up, maybe higher than before. If not, then still play around with it. And then the left hand goes up, maybe higher. One more breath. And release. Push those hips back. Open the back. Look forward, bend your knees, and hop to meet your hands. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, a tiny bit of a back bend, coming to chair. High chair, no need to go low. Tuck the tailbone in. That's the beauty of chair. Then open the chest forward. Hands can do whatever. One more breath here. Shift your weight forward and into the left leg. Shoot the right leg back. High lunge. You can open your hands to the ground if you need grounding, or leave them in heart center. If you need more of a challenge, bring those hands over your head. Knee stacked over the ankle. Almost said elbow, that would be weird. Bring those hands back to heart center wherever you are. Shift forward, bring the right leg to meet the left. Chair again. Breathe. Oh boy, I'm sweating here. I love it. Again, shift your weight forward and to the right leg, pushing the left leg to high lunge. You can open your hands for grounding or over your head for a little bit more of a challenge. Keep those hips square. Don't open to the side. Very tempting. One more breath. Bring the hands to heart center. Push the weight forward. Bring the left leg to chair again. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Plank. 2 wholesome breaths here. Strong. And committed. You guys are committed. Chaturanga Dandasana is next. Or meet me in downward dog. Breathe. Beautiful time here to get off your wrists for just a minute. Drink some water, maybe as I'm doing. Get that sweat away. Which is Sisyphean, right? Because in 2 seconds I'm going to be sweating again. How we doing, people? Awesome? Yeah, good Monday? People at home, I hope you are doing too. Great as we are. Come back to downward dog whenever you are ready. I will wait. There's a lot to do in downward dog. Sometimes you can bend the knees and drop the bum to one side and then to the other, just stretching a little bit. You can always just stay and breathe. On your next inhale, right leg goes up. Try to keep those hips square. We're not opening the hips. Now we're going to open it by bending the leg and lifting the knee up. Option here if you are a really good yogini, been doing it for a while, to flip the dog. If not, just stay here with me, opening the hip. You may circle the leg in its socket to both sides or directions. If you're in flipping the dog, bring it back. And everybody, three-legged dog. Then lift the back heel. Bend the leg to your chest, the right leg to your chest. Push over your wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Release the back heel on the floor, setting up for warrior 1. So, warrior 1, my hips are square. My front leg is bent, knee over the ankle. My back heel is on the floor. The leg is straight. Hands up, shoulders down. Inhale, exhale, engage glutes. So you're tearing the mat apart. Interlace fingers behind your sacrum. Open with your inhale and humble with your exhale. Once you're down, you can lift those hands up. Little tweaks here. Keep those hips square. Keep on tearing the mat apart with your feet so your legs are active. Release the hands to the sacrum. Bring the hands to frame the front leg. Lift the back heel. Right? So we're in runners. And now toe heel the right foot to the right side of your mat. Make adjustments coming to lizard. So if you need to push that back leg a little bit, beautiful. Maybe lower the back knee. Maybe use blocks here. Or option to challenge, bring your forearms to the ground. Open that knee to the side. Lizard. So a lot of people like to stay in lizard and breathe. Option 2, play around with the hips here. Maybe moving back and forth. And everything I say should be done with so much respect, right? Don't go deep if you feel any sharp pain. Or if your body is saying, not today. Listen to it. You might be able to do this yesterday, but not today. And that's fine. Tuck the tailbone in as well. And on your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, bring the hands back in. Push yourself back up. Bring that knee back in if you opened it. And now that wonky thing that I like to do, straightening the leg forward and then rotate it to the back. Plank. Yes. Go for it. Nice. In plank, 2 breaths. Option to come down to the mat and do baby cobra, or join me now to chaturanga dandasana. Downward dog is the end station. Whew. What a difference between the legs. Once again, if you need, come off your wrists, or just walk the dog, or have your sweat taken off. And meet me in downward dog. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. Release the neck. And on your next inhale, right leg goes up in the air. Stay with your hips square here. You're going to feel a pull on the back of the right leg. Then bend the knee and open it to the sky. So you're pushing the knee up. Option here to flip the dog, or just circle the leg, the left leg, in its socket. One direction, and always remember to do the other. And then come back to 3-legged dog, squaring the hips, left leg up. Lift the back heel, bend the leg to your chest, push forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands, setting up for warrior 1. So back heel comes down, hips are square, and come on up. Again, I never come into any position without adjustments. So take the time to see where you need to adjust. Interlace the fingers behind your sacrum. Inhale, open your chest, and humble with your exhale. Once down, you can lift those hands. Push the left hip back. We have a tendency to open up to the side here. We want to keep the hips square and just work the upper body. Release the hands to frame the front leg. And then toe heel the left foot into the left side of the mat, adjusting the back leg into lizard. So here, pace yourself. Maybe here you lower your knee, and that's fine. That will let you work on the hip. Or you want another layer of movement. You're tucking your tailbone in, coming down to your forearms, and dropping the left knee to the left. In any case, you're tucking the tailbone in, you're breathing, and you're not crunching the shoulders. Remember, where we're pushing through the elbows in the warm-up? This is it. You push through the elbows, keeping your chest up. One more breath. And bring it back to your hands. Bring the knee back in. And now you can do this or meet me in plank, whatever your choice is. Straightening the left leg forward and circling it around. A lot of obelisk work there. And on your next exhale, come to the mat all the way down. Release your hands and your toes, hands to a T. Give some love to the right
cheek. Option here to tent your fingers and roll the shoulders back, externally rotating the scapulas, straightening that upper back that we round so much sitting up. It's an active push into the fingers when I'm here. And then switch the left cheek to the mat. Keep on pushing into the fingers, rolling the scapulas, the shoulder blades down and together. They're trying to meet. My fingertips are completely white from pushing into the ground, so it's really active. And then release the hands, bring the forehead to the mat, interlace the fingers behind your back, activate the feet into the mat, glutes as well. On your exhale, come up. Open the chest forward. Option to lower your head. Option to raise your legs. One more breath. And release everything back to the T. Hands over your head now. Forehead on the mat. Make fists. The bottom of the fist on the floor. Your big thumb is pointing up, so you're saying everything is okay. Forehead on the mat. Lift those hands, pointing with the big thumbs up, tucking the tailbone in. Option to bring the legs to the game. Look down. Hold it. And release. Maybe windshielding the legs will be nice. And breathing. Last set. You can come to full bow or any variation of a back bend. Could be what we did with the legs forward. It could be half a bow. It could be hands in a T. Anything, okay? So prepare to fly. And on your exhale, kick those back bends into action. One more breath. Kick up, 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 up. And release. Hands to a T, right cheek on the mat. And just breathe. On your next inhale, bend the left leg. Lift it up a little bit. Not the pelvis, just the leg. And then start pushing it to the back right side, tilting on your shoulder. The left hand can stay on the ground or come around, grabbing the foot behind, the left foot behind you. Open that knee to the sky and breathe. Try to bring the foot to the ground. Yes. And release slowly, as can be, back to that T.